Hello, hello, hello. Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot and astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have got epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community here every day. And you've been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. If you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed, or yes, bear, ta-da! Here we are. The news is bonkers banana pants. We've got, oh my gosh, have we got stuff to cover today. I mean, it just... What is happening? Okay, but we're going to make it through. We're going to make it through together. This is News with Friends. So, and while I do read on tarot and astrology and whatnot, I promise that unless otherwise explicitly stated, all of the news we cover is based on reputable news sources. There are links in the description box to each of the actual stories if you want to know more. So, all right, we're going to jump in. Dear, Great, and Gussie. Whoo! All right. Oh, really? Okay. And buckle in. Buckle in, because this is emotionally going to go, oh, this is a emotional roller coaster today, all right? Buckle in, buttercups. At 2 minutes in, whoo. Really? Okay. The DOJ has confirmed there are audio and written transcripts from the last Maxwell interview. Didn't we talk about this? Didn't I say? Pretty sure I said. Pretty sure you said too. Congress is going to want to get their little mitts on those actual recordings, as long as they made some. So, not surprised. However, the recording and transcript will, quote, go through an editing process by President Donald Trump's staff, unquote, first. A White House official noted that some inside the West Wing believe the story has died down, so releasing the information would only reignite the controversy. Others who disagree want to take over the rollout of information to better control the narrative and optics. What the heck? Okay. So this isn't so not going to fly. I mean, I'm serious. This just, no, you can't, no, this is not going to work. I can tell you right now, I don't have to pull cards on that. We know this isn't going to work because nobody's going to be okay about it. None of the Democrats. This is not going to go away. And these idiots, and I mean absolute thick as two short planks, several sandwiches short of a picnic, these morons, they think that they can censor this stuff and that somehow even their base is going to be okay with that. Okay, right. Mm-hmm. Lisa K says, shocked, I tell you. Shocked. And I was drawn today to use the pulp tarot. I wonder why. It is beautifully made. I love the thickness of the cards. They're perfect. It's a great deck. But by design, a lot of it, some of it's kind of skeezy. And that's just really perfect for reading on President Blunderdum and the Corruptettes. Nobody's letting this go. You morons. 10 of Swords in the back. Oh, you mean this? You mean people are turning against President Blunderdum partially for being best friends with Epstein for decades? Yeah. Queen of Pentacles. Those are the Republicans. There's the burden. Page of Cups. Six of Swords. Look, I do not want to re-traumatize anybody. I really don't. And I know this is very serious. And I'm not taking this lightly. But there are victims who are willing to talk, who are willing to come forward. Talk to them. Talk to the victims. This woman is a staggering liar. She's convicted and she is a liar. And you're going to still play games. We might have to wait until Democrats have more power. But talk to the victims. So, is this going to work? Are they going to change their mind? Is Trump going to chicken out? CC Ryder says the cover-up is astonishing. These people have no bottom. Yeah, there's no bottom here. No. Mayor says, I think she needs to stay away from Windows. Well, she's in Club Fed with Elizabeth Holmes and people who are convicted of what Ghislaine, the ghoul, has been convicted of in a court of law. They're not allowed to be housed in Club Fed. And guess what? Oh, well, she's the exception, I guess. So how's this going to go? Oh, look. Illusion delusion for the reading. Shocking. Empress. Queen for a day. Get her to talk. Magician. And then take those resources and, put this here, put that there, put that there. And then end up on the defensive and wonder why. Again, victims. And a choice. I just keep getting the victims, talking to the victims, talk to the victims, talk to the victims, talk to the victims. This is a bunch of hogwash, and they end up on the defensive. Nobody is buying what you're selling, pretty much like all of Trump's businesses. Okay. Anyway. Oh yeah, Amy, I read about Trump's description of KK Caroline. Yeah, it was even in the title. Trump went full ick. Anyway. Okay, now Goral brought this to our attention. Thank you, Goral, as always. The DOJ has issued more subpoenas for the Epstein case, including the Clintons and their senior officials. Gonna drag Hillary up there? Who had nothing to do with anything? Yeah. What is going to happen when dirt about Trump inevitably comes out in all of that? Republicans in Congress think that they can just like a boat, and there's a giant island in the middle of the river, and they're just like, we're just going to go around and pretend that's not there. Don't don't mind that we're nearly sideways from tilting so far to one side to avoid being able to see or deal with the giant island. Hello, Gail. Uh-huh. 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 Oh, it's going to be a really big show. Got to give something to the base because their base is furious. I mean, and you got to give it to the talking heads on the right. They are pushing their talking points all they can. Fawn is asking, fine, but when is all of this going to be dealt with? Well, that's the thing. The Democrats are doing what they can. And yesterday, I mean, it was in the title for the video. Democrat, they're blocking Trump picks. They're stopping him from making recess appointments. Democrats in Texas have left the state, so they can't gerrymander anymore. People are doing what they can, and then in Congress, they're doing what they can to get hold of the actual unredacted Epstein information. CC Ryder has details. Subpoenas to Clinton's plural. What does Hillary got to do? Anyway, Clinton's former Attorney General Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder, Bill Barr, Merrick Garland, Jeff Sessions, the Keebler elf? They're going to pull him out of his tree to come down and talk? What? And Alberto Gonzalez, former FBI directors James Comey, Robert Mueller. Mueller has dementia. Leave the man alone. Yes, Brianna, but her emails. Look, I know that Bill Barr was involved. His father, in the sense that his father hired Epstein, who had no qualifications, to teach at a girls' school. Plus, wasn't Epstein the last official who went to the prison and talked to Epstein? Yeah. So, but why are they pulling him in? You'd think they were just pulling in Democrats. Anyway, illusion delusion. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, cherry picked. Oh, cherry picked. But it's minor arcana. They're going to try to flood the airwaves. They're going to try to get Bill Clinton up there and get their base talking for months or for weeks or months about Clinton. Not Trump, with all of the photographs and video of Trump with Epstein. Whereas there are 1-2 pictures of Clinton with Epstein. Jeff Sessions, the Keebler elf. Yeah. Hey, what? Laura says, I'm so sick of this. How soon until this is over? Oh, we're in the thick of it, and we're going to get through this together. I would love to be able to wave a magic wand and just make it all go away. But we're not going to let them bury this. And it's up to us to keep the faith. It's up to us to speak out. It's up to us to quote Jean-Luc Picard and the writers and the line is here and no further. Yes. I don't even have any Earl Grey hot. I had no time, so I just have water. Yeah. And says, it won't work in the long term. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Sean is saying, well, since some of the acts took place on a non-American island, Interpol can investigate too. Yeah, why aren't they up to there? Why haven't they got their megaphone out? Gross. Yeah, okay. Well, brace yourself for when they eventually try to pull this together. They're going to try. Here's the thing. It seems like at first blush, it seems like they're going to dig up all this stuff, and the Republicans will dig up all this stuff or put all this stuff out there, and they'll be like, see, pay attention over there. Don't pay any attention over here. Pay attention over there. Shiny, 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 shiny. Jazz hands over here. But right in the middle, you have the partnership. What's corroborated with the victims? What are they saying? That's gonna matter. And then, because this is too heinous. I mean, all you have to do is the symbolism here. There's a woman. She's obviously distraught. There's an emperor, powerful leader. Yeah. I mean, hello. That's the thing. They can't control all of the information. And it just ends up, again, minor arcana. This is work, but this is under false pretenses in this deck. And the victimization and the pain brought up. Because that's the thing. They're going to be, this is where they're going to fall on their faces. Oh, CC Ryder, thank you. That subpoena directs the DOJ to turn over the full, complete, unredacted Epstein files to the committee on or before August 19th. Yes, please. Today's the 5th, -5. 2 weeks. Nice. We will look back at this. We will, in our future. We will look back at this time. And we will say, gosh, that was really stressful. But I did what was right. You did what was right. That matters. That matters. I mean, I don't know if you've ever had any thoughts while you were growing up of, well, what if there was a certain situation? What would I do? Would I be one of those everyday kind of hero types who stood up against regimes? Or would I be somebody who just threw up their hands and said, oh, I'm not going to pay attention. I've got 2,400 and I've got nearly 2,500 videos on this channel to say, so you know what my answer to that is. Here's why 70 says, Jean-Luc Picard, make it so. Yes. Although I like Christopher Pike. I like the new Christopher Pike. Hit it. Oh, I mean, the actor's the actor, but this portrayal of Captain Pike is chef's kiss. Anyway. The hair's a bit much, though. Could we be a little more? I know what they're going for, but it's just... Anyway, doesn't matter. I know. Is that important? No. But we can't stay in the ick the whole time. All right. It's 1920. As I'm talking to you, I still have Super Junior's Sorry, running through the back of my head. So pundits believe there will be some kind of uprising or insurrection if Trump pardons Maxwell. Are they right? Are we looking for some kind of upswell? Personally, I think all he has to do is commute her sentence. He doesn't have to pardon her. Although pardons can't be questioned as much as a commuted sentence could. Still, And the minute she sets foot out of jail, she's on a plane to France or some other country that she can't be extradited from. So, well, MAGA, gonna be upset when Trump just, oops, I tripped and fell and signed this pardon, this sentence. I'm just going to say pardon. It's easier to say. But he'll do something. Oh, yeah, I tripped. And, oh, yeah, oops. Sorry. Again. Oh, baby. Okay. All right, MAGA. Going to step up, or are you going to just wait until they have lots and lots of Abbott Clinton up there you can throw tomatoes at? Oh, of course, Deborah. He would simply say he had the right. 100%. 100%. Yeah. Yeah, and tripped on the auto pen. Oops. Oh, gosh. Oops. Yeah. Oh, yes, Amy. Better yet, he'll say Biden signed it. Yes. And Joyce. Yes, the auto pen. And up here. And never, never. Yes. The auto pen shall set her free. Deb says, auto pen. It was the auto pen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is that justice? Because that's a card for the reading. And I'm thinking this isn't justice. That's the country feeling really beaten up. Women understanding that our rights are being eroded with every lie, cover up, right taken away. It just, you name it. She's important. She keeps coming up, not always, but she has recently been coming up as the star a lot. But then you've got the Page of Cups. These are the victims. So there's going to an uprising. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. It really helps. Thank you for being here every day of the year. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. This is, no, this is hard. This feels like a just wait. Here's the thing. By subpoenaing, even if you just brought Bill and Hillary, that's nobody else, just Bill and Hillary, and or just Bill or whatever, just somebody that Trump, all the Republicans and Trump can be like, see, he knew him, he was just doing it on the plane too, right? All of that, it is going to bring up what the victims said happened to them. And you can try to paint Bill Clinton with that all you want, but there are hundreds and hundreds of victims that had nothing, could not possibly have had anything to do with Clinton. I'm not saying Clinton did anything or not, but the point is, you don't have enough tar to brush on Clinton and make this go away. You ain't got it. And the cards keep saying over and over and over, the victims, the victim stories, the victim stories, the victim stories, the victim stories. Nice try, losers. Amy's asking, can the Dems subpoena the victims? Well, at the rate that legislators are dropping out, who knows? Maybe we'll get control of the House or something. Debsy says, Bill Clinton wants the files released. Deborah's asking, have we heard any victims name Clinton? They named Epstein, Trump, Prince Andrew. Yeah. I don't know. Please let us know if you've heard anything. Okay. Okie dokie. So, all right, I told you today's going to be this roller coaster. Whew, up, down, around, twisting. So at 25:30, what do I say? What do I say? What have I repeated over and over? What are the two groups of people you don't mess with? You don't mess with. Paramount Skydance, that merger. They moved the CBS CEO who ousted Colbert. This guy's name is George Cheeks. The jokes write themselves. You can fill in. George Cheeks, the CBS CEO who ousted Colbert, they have moved him over, drumroll please, Comedy Central. John Stewart and South Park. South Park and The Daily Show. What are the two groups you don't mess with? Comedians and witches. Don't mess with them. You're an idiot if you mess with them. Don't mess with the witches. Don't mess with the comedians. So what is he going to do? Because you can't talk about, like, what are you going to do? Go after South Park? What are you going to say? That you didn't, they've gone too far? Their jokes are too political or crude? They killed Kenny a long time ago. A long time ago on this issue. Yeah, the bastard. Yeah, you're going to go after South Park and The Daily Show. You know, Josh Johnson's on The Daily Show, right? Have you seen how many people follow him on social media? Have you seen? And you're gonna, okay, all right. So we'll start with let's just start with South Park. We'll just jump into the deep end here. Okay. Oh, Pamela, thank you so much. Happy Tuesday, Cat Mommy. Oh, thank you. And thank you so much. It really helps the channel. Thank you. CC Ryder says, if they axe South Park and John Stewart, another media group will scoop them up in a hot minute. Well, the thing is that they just signed a $1.5 billion contract with the two guys who created South Park for 50 new episodes and their whole back catalog. And you realize these guys graduated, they were friends back in the day. They graduated from high school 2 years before Columbine. At Columbine. They knew people there. You're dealing with a whole other level. Amy says I'll have to try to buy out the contract. 1.5 billion. Yeah, I agree with you, but 1.5 billion. Or what? You're going to go to court? You're going to go to court? Did you see Knives Out? I mean, I know Paramount Skydance is a big big corporation. But did you see Knives Out? And I'm not giving a spoiler here. I'm just there's a scene in there. No spoil. I'm not spoiling anything. There's a scene in there where, do you remember the scene where they're talking to the guy with the cane is talking to the younger woman, and he's saying, "We can protect you," and she's like, "Well, I have the money. Why couldn't I protect myself?" Yeah, get stuffed. That's this. What are you going to do? You're going to go to people you have a $1.5 billion contract with and go, "We're taking you to court." That's adorable. Yeah. TikTok. Yeah, these guys don't play. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, these are not people you can walk over. Two of Wands. Judgment. Six of Swords. Oh boy. You want to get on their bad side? You want to get on their bad side. Okay. This is not going to end well for somebody. Somebody's going to be leaving. And considering the size of the Judgment card, Major Arcana Judgment card, I'm guessing that it's not going to be these guys. They're going to be fine. She says, I've been watching Star Trek, and then it's goodbye Paramount. Yeah. Oh, at 32:15, we want to check on The Daily Show, John Stewart. Now, I have my issues with John Stewart. I'll be totally frank about that. I got really upset at John Stewart's first show back, where he was complaining about Biden's old and he wants cookies. Not that I would have been, but I'll tell you, if I had happened to be a guest on that night, I would have had things to say. But John Stewart, it's not just John Stewart. It's everybody at The Daily Show. And they are totally underestimating just how popular Josh Johnson is. Dave says, I want cookies too. Well, yeah, who doesn't want cookies? I know some people, they're not into sweets. A lot of times it has to do with brain chemistry. People like us, we get big dopamine from sugar and sweets and stuff. And there are some people, they don't. So, hello, Traveling Tarot. So, The Daily Show. I don't know where these guys get off. I really don't. John Stewart had a very good point, which was, how do you think you got into a position to make this kind of money, to make these billion-dollar deals? It's because of the creative people, the creators who are making your product. You can't water that down and still make money. And they don't. Ben is glory. Glory is Ben. But what is the connection? Okay, pissed on people. They just don't get it. Oh yeah, if you want the big money, you've got to protect the Trimple Thin Skin. Page of Swords. Bend, take a knee. Bend and take a knee before your god of money. And even if it means fascism. There's a lot of worry right here. Knight of Wands. Somebody fighting back. Yeah. See, normally Wands, though, it's on the far right, but they have no sense of humor. Looking at you, Gutfeld. Not funny. Not even a little. This is not going to go well for them. I'm a little concerned about the Daily Show itself, but there are some really funny people with big audiences on that show. So they don't need Comedy Central. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't have cable. I mean, I guess there's cable in the house, but I never watch it. And I don't think my elderly parents are really big, considering they are super conservative Catholics. So, oh, look at that. Goral's bringing, by the way, if I sound annoyed, it's never at you, Goral. And it's never people bringing good information. It's these people. So the goal is urging a judge to reject the bid to release grand jury transcripts. Of course she is. She just wants to be able to go somewhere, lie through her teeth until her teeth fall out, and flee the country. So, Julie, I'm so sorry. Julie Hoffman said YouTube will just get bigger and busier. Yep. That's what's happening. YouTube is massive right now. Yeah. Okay. That's really dumb. I love the question here. I just already looked at it, but will the South Park guys be made to get in line? You don't need me for that question. Okay, anyway. Oh, heaven help. Okay, moving on to a different section of the roller coaster. Oh, Lord. Nancy Mace. Okay, if you don't know who Nancy Mace is, share screen. Share. So I've got to take down where am I? There. Let me take down the kitties for a minute. That's her. American politician who has served as the U.S. representative for South Carolina since 2021, a member of the Republican Party, and she's 47, and she is launching a campaign for a South Carolina governor. GOP firebrand Representative Nancy Mace jumps into the South Carolina governor's race. Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. But look at that. Another Republican trying to leave. She's not MTG, but she's close. She's close. Debsy says, doesn't she have to resign from the House to run? Do it. Oh, that's a Google question. Would anybody mind having a look? Does she have to resign from the House to run? Grace is saying she is disgusting. This kid says her goose is cooked. Innocent Potato is saying Dave says Republicans are so tough they can't take criticism. Yes. Innocent Potato said Pete Hegseth, hog's breath, wants to run for governor of Tennessee. Yeah. So Nancy Mace. Bye-bye. Exit Czar. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Maria says, yes, she does. She has to resign to run for South Carolina? Really? Oh, how glorious. Yay! Woohoo! Okay, Debsy says Google says no, she doesn't have to. Oh, okay. Oh, Cookie says in her case, Mace is voluntarily stepping aside from her congressional reelection bid to focus on the gubernatorial race. So she's not running again. She'll probably keep herself on the ballot, but. All right. It feels like Dumpy's making it difficult. We told you this would happen. Okay, you don't listen. Traveling Terror says, I worry about losing efforts here in Wisconsin. I thought he already said he wasn't going to run again. Yeah, so it's worrying. But yes, Lois. First clue, she's named after Mace. Good point. Very good point. Yeah, Mace has stated she really enjoys watching YouTube videos of ICE snatching immigrants at immigration court. Gross. But it's making their lives more difficult. Is it just me, or does it seem like it's coming up in the cards that we're headed for some kind of Republican downturn? I don't know how to put it. Because 10 of Cups, of course, we would be happy to see the back of her, but 10 of Swords. Think, oh, okay. Is that it won't go well for what she's doing? But then massive judgment, major arcana, 9 of Wands, the far right, those on the right, feeling incredibly beaten up and disappointed that they can't knock down Democrats. They can't point the finger elsewhere. I isn't even talking about that race. That's going to overtake talk of this. It's just me. It seems like I'm getting references in the cards to some big stuff coming. I wish it was tomorrow, but Sean is asking, when did the Whigs cease to be a party? Oh gosh, there's a trivia question. Holy buckets. And I did watch that infographics channel video where he had the map of the U.S. political parties over time. That was really interesting. I can't remember. Because she's not leaving tomorrow. 1854. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. You keep getting this card. Tick tock. Then everything being spun. Judgment, Emperor. Eight of Cups. Republicans trying to walk away from something unfinished. Oh, it's the Democrats. Maybe putting some things together. There's a Republican plan. But it's pretty pathetic, which is just deny, deny, deny. And this is minor arcana. This is what they're going to try to do. This major judgment falls on the Emperor. Look, I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to get your hopes up. But the cards don't look pretty for this idiot. President Dumpster Fire. The governor's list isn't even showing up. Like, she's going to have bigger things to worry about is what it looks like. But she's a nasty piece of work. So, I completely forgot to write down the time I started talking. Yes, I did. It was... Let's make that. I'll have to double check it later. Okay. So, 4715, Melissa had a question. 4715. So, hello? Mercury in retrograde. There. That was weird. Just erased everything before what I put in. So Melissa was asking, with all this coming out or happening, will MAGA flip to Democrats? How many of the MAGA are upset? Or is it all just like water under the bridge? Traveling Tarot says, I've been feeling it too, but there's a sense of calm with the strange new energy I've been picking up. Something is shifting. Amy saying, just what I was thinking. So, will MAGA flip to Democrats? And Mayor just said, nope. Yeah, Maggie, boy, is Mercury retrograding. Well, also, this is my, personally, this is never a good time of year for me. Because on February 6th and August 6th, every year, the sun in the sky is squaring my natal sun. Never liked summer. Never had good Augusts. And I have had very, very, very few good Valentine's Days in my life. I'm not saying I'm a victim. I'm saying you watch your astrology and you realize over time, it's like, oh yeah. So at this time of year, first half of February and first half of August, there's always some kind of blow to my ego, some kind of blow to my sense of self. There's an insult, or there's a failure or a frustration, but it's usually from the outside. And it's like, yeah, okay, just brace myself. Anyway, so yeah, have a look. When is not 6 months? That would be opposite. I'm usually okay with the opposition, but When is 3 months on either side of your birthday? And do you ever have any trouble around that time of the year? Just thought. Will MAGA flip to Democrats? No. 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 Their votes might. Amy Albert says yes. Okay. Thank you. Five of Pentacles. Oh, well, they don't like what's going on, leaving all this stuff unfinished. At least Democrats are making some attempt at finding the truth, but they assume because they would cover up for Trump that we would try to cover up for Democrats. Spoiler alert, no. If they messed with children at all, goodbye. Bye-bye now. Get out. Old Sarah says, I treat myself on Valentine's Day, flowers and all. Good for you. Gene Hall says, from personal experience with family, MAGA have been brainwashed for decades that Dems are evil incarnate. Yeah. They may refrain from voting at all, but from flipping, not likely. And that's what I'm picking up on. We're still Republican, blah, blah, blah. But you ask, I look. All right. So, now this is where the roller coaster turns, and we get a great view. We get a lovely view. This is nice. Terry says, I have a wonderful door to help you exit. Okay, at 52 minutes in. Thank you, Goral. Thank you for finding this. Trumpy Thinskin. Trumple Thinskin. He's all upset. He's all upset. Because Trump is saying that banks have been turning him away. He can't borrow money. JP Morgan. Who else was it? I forget. I know it was JP Morgan and somebody else, but they won't loan money to Trump. You're president of the United States in the White House, and the banks are like, nah, fam. Oh, that's so good. So he's reviving allegations of discrimination against his supporters by large banks while previewing a new executive order to punish those companies because he's the victim. Yeah, will he actually get away with punishing banks who don't want to give him money, that don't want to give him money? Ugh. And the great thing about this is if they won't loan to Trump, they won't loan to Junior or Eric. Oh, it's glorious, marvelous. Oh my gosh, this is, come on, banks, come on. You gonna stick to your no on this one? Oh. Dumpster fire doesn't always do great things when he has refused loan money. We know how he went to Deutsche Bank. We know he did deals with Russian oligarchs. But why? Deb Hope is saying yes, Goral. Why does he need to borrow money if he's a billionaire? Because that's what. Well, now that part that's just what they do. They don't even. Once they reach a certain amount of capital, certain amount of money that's theirs, what all of these people do is they start taking out small loans to live on, because then it's not income. It's loan repayment, so they don't have to pay taxes on it, with the agreement that when they die, the banks will be paid back. But then you lock stuff up into trusts, and yeah, the super rich, they're not spending their money. They're not spending their own money. Yeah. Deb says, oh, I know. That was written with sarcasm dripping all over it. Oh, I know. Some people don't. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Sharon, let's all have a pity party. 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait. Okay. I should have thought of this. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. So he's revived allegation of discrimination against his supporters. Yeah. So, yeah, the party's over, dude. You got the party. There's the big party, the Mar-a-Lago, the whole thing. Yeah, it's been actually these plans have been. You weren't able to get money from these banks before. This is why you went overseas for money. You went to people with big money who are willing to launder it. Big money. Big money. And you would think that now that you are the president in the White House, nope. And there it is again. That Wheel of Fortune card is having quite the workout. Yes. Oh, the best thing. Visualize 70 says, I hear the sound of tiny violins and tiny squeaky tanks. Squeak, 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 squeak. I don't know. I would have to come up with a sound effect. I can't take the audio out of that particular video, but I'm gonna have to come up with some version. Anyway. All right, at 58 minutes in, Nettie had a question. 58. DNC and Texas Democrats speak out against Dumpy's backed redistricting plan, and Cruel King Abbott has threatened to arrest them all. Yeah, so we know that I read on this yesterday, day before, the Democrats in Texas basically said bye, and they not only fled the state so that the Republicans wouldn't have a quorum in state government, so they could do all this gerrymandering, redistricting. They went to blue states where it's even less likely that anything can be done to them. So some have come here to Chicago, some have gone to New York. There was somewhere else as well. A lot had gone, but they were just like, no, you need a quorum, and we're not going to give it to you. Bye-bye. And so, of course, Cruel King Abbott and vicious swine Paxton we're going to arrest them. There's a $500 a day fine for not being there, and you can't pay for it out of campaign money. Sucks to be you. So Boston, thank you, Deb. So yes, Raymond, The White House Rose Garden is now a parking lot. Yes, he paved paradise. Yes, he did. Anyway, oh gosh. So, so will they actually go through with, we're going to arrest you all? Yeah, hamster wheel squeak. There we go, Sharon. Lewis says, no quorum for you. Sorry. Still stuck in my head. That's okay. Excuse me. Oh, they're going to make a big noise about it. Oh, you can't do your redistricting? You can't gerrymander even more? Throwing everything they can at this. There's the country, the voters, excuse you, making a big stink about this. But guess what guess what's next? It's the Wheel of Fortune card again. And then all this legal talk, backing down, weakening, take a knee. Because tick, tock, tick, tock. Nice try. Nice try. Oh yeah, and by the way, the ballroom, yeah, it doesn't cost $200 million to build that ballroom, by the way. That is going to make the White House ugly. Or a lot less symmetrical, and he's not even doing it in the federal style that the rest of the building's in. Anyway, yeah, it's a grift. So, all right, let's get some cards for us. And at 1 hour, 2 minutes and 15 cards for us. This is Ballroom for Men Who Can't Dance. I believe it was Colbert last night who said, oh yeah, I mean, Trump needs to get his groove on. And he showed the picture of Trump and the video of Trump and Epstein in that ballroom, ogling the women. Oh yeah, ballroom. AWZ says there's a GoFundMe for the Texas Democrats. Fantastic. Thank you, Dad. Thank you. I'll leave that up for a minute. Things could turn on a dime. That's what I'm getting here. Not necessarily that they will, as in brace yourself. What I'm getting is, and I'm whether it's literal or not, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's literal, but Dumpy's reign of terror could actually end pretty suddenly, or go down, or his power could disappear pretty suddenly. Of course, he throws everything he can at the wall to try to make it stick. But this is a fight. This feels like a fight between, this is Dumpy's King of Wands, throwing everything he can, and then when he fights, this is his bludgeon. And this is law and order. Or the legislation. This is the start of this is a direct fight. So if before you throw up your hands and say, I give up, and when is this going to end? Seriously, things could change very suddenly. and we could be in a whole other situation. So we're gonna stick together. We're going to stick together. We're going to, and please internalize deep inside of yourself. Please internalize you are in the right. You are on the right side of history. You are on the right side of decency. One day when each one of us reaches the end of our mortal lives, we're crossing over knowing that we stood for what was right, goodness, and decency. They can't take that away from us. So hang in there. It's a roller coaster. All right. You're not alone, Traveling Tarot. There are whole TikTok threads about that. But anyway, all right. It's 1:21 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel as always. If you come along and bring a project, anything you want, it can be absolutely anything. We'll just encourage you. We'll get lots of work done, and then we'll encourage you. So other than that, I will be, guess where? Right back here tomorrow. I'm here literally every single day of the year. So hang in there. You're not alone. We're in this together. And there are good days ahead. All right? And I'll see you later, as always. All right.